Hi Samantha, how you doing? Okay, I got your email right here, and you did the right thing emailing me because I'm going to be honest with you. I I made a video and everything for this, and I never posted it. And this I'm talking about for your second submission, and I never posted it. So I went back in YouTube and I was looking through the archives, and I can't find it. So I'm just going to do a new one. I mean, I might as well, right? So I'm sorry about that, but by all means, absolutely email me if you have any questions. Also, I just want to, I should hide that because that is a private email. Anyways, I also want to show you that we have over here, um, each week we have the problems and solutions discussions, and that's a really good place to put a lot of that stuff because that way other students can see it and benefit from the answers. So let's go. Where are we going? We are going right here, and I just want to talk a little bit about this stuff. Let me, boy, let me see. What am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to do this. Let me do this. Let me just download that guy so that by the time I'm ready to open that, it will be. Okay, I greatly appreciate the feedback. You are welcome. It is absolutely my pleasure. I'll posting the thumbnails to go greater detail in my opinion. Let me know if they work. And those are the Ailstorm. Um, Hailstorm, yes, and yes, these will work just fine. Listen. I'm going to tell you something. I can't get enough of sketches, and I can't emphasize the importance of sketches enough. I mean, it's really really important because it shows that you can think as a designer. I'm sure you can draw. I mean, I've said that a couple of times. Nobody cares if you can draw or not. That's the reality of it. We care if you can think, and this is how you show that you can think. An idea from fruition, from concept all the way through to fruition. And I think that's really very, very important to show in a process book, in a portfolio. So I think that you could use actually more thumbnails. Okay, and the first set of thumbnails, what was wrong with the first set? Okay, not enough thumbnails. Yeah, I'm just not seeing enough drawing. It just comes down to that. That's it. Okay. Remember, the more you draw, the more it shows you can think, and that's what we're looking for. That's what we're after. We need. I'm talking about we saying, speaking as a hiring professional, putting the hat on as an employer, as it were, and saying, I can't take a chance on you based on what I'm seeing because I need to see more examples of your thought process. And Sam, how do we show our thought process? By drawing. I mean, this is everything after the drawing stage. That's methodology. That's no longer thought process. Okay, and the thought process part is just critical. I still need to digest the rest. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of long-winded, but you got to admit, I'm really, really thorough. Which brings me to this. When you're working, and I think that you have addressed this in your email, but I'll look at that in a second. But when you're working, feel free to submit work. I mean, all week long, every day. I don't care if you change what, if you want me to look at it, Sam, put it in here, and I'll look at it. I'm not going to say, you're only allowed one critique. I mean, I'll critique all week long. I love doing this stuff. I love teaching. I love being a designer. So believe me, anything you want to show, I am game to look at. All right, back to business. Rebrand myself. Yes, I do want you to rebrand yourself entirely. And the reason being is because this mark here is just not memorable. It's just not memorable. You said you just did it a few weeks ago, and that's great. And the professor that you had was probably very pleased with it. I mean, because you did well. And you got to keep in mind though that when we're teaching classes, we're looking for proficiency in software and layout and composition and a number of different things. Right now, I am looking at the very specifics of marks on the page. And I can tell you what my opinion is as a hiring professional, as a design professional, and you take it from there. Okay, when I say this isn't memorable, that by no means means, Sam, you have to change that. If you want to use it, you go right ahead and use it. Okay, it's your portfolio in the end. All right, let's get back to this. Yes, I recommend using a monogram like you did, but something a little more traditional using. I wouldn't go freehand. I would probably stick with a digital monogram. My designer's logo is simply a lowercase Gil Sans M inside a perfect circle. That's it. Has been for years. I mean, and you know, I'm very, very much in favor of minimal design, and I think that it speaks volumes for a student designer to be able to design minimally, because not many can. Most students want to fill the page with ideas. All right, so okay, as I'm ranting, let's go. I just finished the corporate identity course. Okay, we talked about that, a whole new idea. Letter of the pacing around submitting portfolio last night. I didn't think my branding. Yes, okay. Resume. Yes, do a resume. We'll get to that in coming weeks. Right now, as long as you have something down, have the basics down, start collecting all the information you can for your resume. It's good to format it out like you did. That's great. So you have everything, all your ducks in a row, so to speak. So good job there. Didn't think my I just put together, I have another one saved. Okay, I use the last. Second, do you have another suggestion for replacement for that direct mail piece? Yes, I do. It seems like you're really, really concerned about that direct mail piece. And I remember it, and I don't remember what class that was in, but I did teach that class a few times, and I remember that piece. So that's interesting. And I think that you, let me just get this over here because thumbnails, process books. I'm just going back to see what you were saying also, aside from my properly saved. Okay, that was the direct mail piece. And that, yes, you're talking about that again. So let's go to that guy. Let's go to that piece that you hate so much. And all you need to do is just design another one. I mean, I'm not concerned that much about your design. I mean, we'll look at it. I think there's some things that, I don't think it's a lot to ask you to design a new mailer. Okay, how do you design a mailer? I think that's the question. Look, I'm a big example guy, so I always go like this. Direct mail design ideas. And I'll just go to images and start getting some ideas for your direct mailers. I'm a big example guy, so I got no problem with students using visual research like this. But yeah, you've got a bunch of different, here's postcards right here. So I mean, you can design a postcard. I would do that. It shouldn't take you long at all, but I would recommend doing that. Redesigning it. Okay, so I think I got all your questions. And you know what? Like I said, you just keep editing your work, and you submit it as you will as it comes in, and I'll be glad to look at it. So no, there's no timeline on anything really. I mean, we have deadlines for submission requirements, but you know, for your edits, no, man, I'll take those to the last day of class. But I would like to start seeing some stuff come in. All right, awesome job. Thank you.